The second topic that we are going to take today is CERT-IN new VPN guidelines. So why in news? New VPN rules have been released by the Ministry of Information and Technology. ठीक है? So CERT-IN is a Cyber Emergency Response Team. Full form of CERT-IN is Cyber Emergency Response Team. And now CERT-IN is a body within Ministry of Information and Technology. ठीक है? CERT-IN is a Cyber Security Response Team for India. Okay. So it is kind of a watchdog. It supervises any kind of cyber attack, and it formulates formulate the guidelines for cyber security in India. Okay. In the recent years, we have seen a lot of cyber attacks from Russia and China on Indian establishments. Okay. So in view of that, and in the view of the recent rise in cyber crimes, okay, so people have started using to bypass the government restrictions, like the restriction on pornographic content, restriction on certain kind of accounts that you can follow on Twitter and all these things. There have been a lot of VPN services are being now used by users in India. Okay. So that such VPNs make the government regulation redundant. Why? Because they bypass the government regulations and people can use these VPNs to still access the websites that have been blocked. Okay. Moreover, people can communicate using these VPNs and the communication is encrypted, hence the government will not be able to figure out where this communication, from which device this communication took place. Okay. So the government regulation becomes redundant. So keeping in view those problems, the government now CERT-IN has released some regulations regarding the use of VPN. VPN means virtual private network. Okay. As per the CERT-IN directives issued on April 28, now they have come in action. Actually, they have the implementation of these guidelines have further been extended by 3 months. Okay. The VPN service providers will have to store the data of VPN users in India for at least 5 years. This is what the new CERT-IN guidelines to the VPN companies is. Now you can see what is the effect of that. New VPN rules. ExpressVPN removes its servers from India and other companies may pull out too. ExpressVPN is the biggest VPN services provider of the world. So it has now removed its servers from India and other companies have also threatened to pull out of the country. One major point that we need to note here is that these guidelines will be applicable only on the individuals, only on the private individuals and not on the companies, because most of the companies, almost all of the companies in IT sector or such sectors, they communicate on VPNs with their employees. Okay? Because there's a very high chance of their communication getting leaked, industrial secrets getting leaked. Okay? To make that to make their company secure, they operate on VPN. So these guidelines do not apply on the companies. It only applies on the individuals, right? What is a VPN? VPN का full form है virtual private network, right? But what is a VPN and how it functions? Now we'll try to understand how actually internet functions. This is one device. Every device, okay? Every device that is connected to internet is having an IP address, okay? That is called Internet Protocol Address. Okay, IP address. This number, for example, you can see here 192. Sorry, or this number, for example, you can see 107.87.145.22. Okay, so every number has a maximum limit of 256. Okay, this 107 can at max be 256. So every number has a maximum limit of 256, and these numbers, these combinations basically every device that is connected to internet has a specific IP address, internet protocol address. This address is the place where it can be tracked to. Okay? For example, if this is an electronic pen, if this was connected to internet, this will be assigned an IP address. Okay? And that will be like, now if I am on internet and I am using this pen, anyone through on this whole internet can talk to me through using this IP address. Okay? Can talk to me using this IP address, right? So we'll try to understand how an IP address, how normal internet works. This is your internet service provider, for example, Airtel or Jio. Okay? So Airtel or Jio will provide us access to the internet through their services. Okay? Like our phone, or like there's one phone that I am having. So if I want to access internet on this phone, I will have to log into open my browser, okay? And then I will be typing some website, for example www.google.com. So what happens is www.google.com gets converted into some kind of data, and now this, for example, this device has replaced these two things, router and laptop. Now I have a mobile phone. Now this mobile phone will be here, and this will be communicating to the servers of Airtel or Jio, whichever service I am using, right? And then whatever, now like I'm trying to use Google, I'm trying to fetch Google page, okay? So there is some server of Google, okay? There is some server of Google, jahan pe Google is running, right? So my request will be transferred from my phone to this my internet service provider. He will direct my request to the web server where Google is running, right? Google, when we search www.google.com, what we are doing is we search that in a web browser, right? And a web browser is kind of a program that helps us run internet searches or the website searches. But there is some device, okay? There is some device, like for example, if this is the device where, if this device is placed at the Google headquarter, या Google का जहाँ server रखा है वहाँ पे ये device है, तो यहाँ पे google.com is already running. If some request for accessing Google comes in, so this server will be providing access to that phone, right? This is how normal internet works. मतलब whenever you are opening any kind of site, okay, so that site is placed on some server, right? This you can understand. Every site that exists in world, that is placed on some server, okay? Now whenever you make a request to access that site, your request proceeds through your internet service provider, right? And then to that server, that specific server where that website is being run, and then it fetches the information back to your device. This is how natural or normal internet works. Now what is VPN and how does it function, right? See, now what happens is when you are communicating over the internet, your communication was not encrypted. You can see there are no locks here, but now you can see there are 2 locks, 3 locks. Okay? So your communication is first of all encrypted. Encryption means changing one form of information into some other form. Okay? Like VPN can be transformed into encryption को अगर simple understand करने की कोशिश करें तो for example VPN is a information, ठीक है, V, P और N से बना हुआ ये information है that can be transformed into some code X, Y, Z, A, B, C, 1, 2, 5, 6, 9, 0, 6, ठीक है. तो when this information now does not exist as VPN, it exists at this format, this code, ठीक है. And when this information is transmitted over the internet, ठीक है, so there are many people who can access your information, ठीक है. First of all, service provider can access your information. Second of all, anyone who breaches into this network can access your information. लेकिन VPN provides you with encryption. VPN provides you with encryption. Encryption means conversion of one set of information, conversion of an information from one form of information to the other one. ठीक है? So what you does is, whenever you send some request over internet, ठीक है, तो it gets encrypted, so neither your service provider nor any other person can see what you are actually typing. ठीक है? इसीलिए it is very much recommended that whenever you are using banking sites or social media, for example, you should always use VPN, because that secures your information over the internet. ठीक है? So your information gets encrypted and then it is transferred not directly to the server. ठीक है? Because whenever you are making a request to access a page, so your IP address also gets logged here. ठीक है? It gets logged. Logged means it keeps a log of who is accessing this website and from where this website is being accessed. That means इस सर्वर पे एक लॉग क्रिएट हो जाएगा कि IP address 192.168.1.33 has accessed this website on a specific day and time stamped. ठीक है? तो your information, now if government thinks that you are doing something wrong, or if government wants to perform a surveillance on you, they will directly go to the server. ठीक है? They will ask for the information कि whether this IP address has accessed this website or not. ठीक है? They are bound by the laws of the nation, laws of the land. What they will simply open their log and say, yes, this website was accessed by this IP address on specific date and time. ठीक है? So that threatens our internet security. That threatens our privacy, right? That threatens our privacy. So now what happens is, the companies which are providing VPN services, ठीक है, they create a virtual server. They create a specific server. Now your request for information does not directly go to the server where where the website is placed. Rather, your request for information goes to this server of VPN company. ठीक है? VPN company. ठीक है? And then this VPN company makes a new request. The request that you have made is now redirected to the server using a different IP address. Now your IP address cannot be looked up by government or anyone else. ठीक है? तो first of all we can see कि पहला तो encryption, that means information has been encoded into a certain different form of information. Okay. The second point being your IP address has been hidden from access. ठीक है? So your IP address cannot be logged onto this server now, right? But this server will definitely be logging. But this company is not bound to provide any kind of information to government. That is how they operate, right? I hope you understood what VPN is. Okay. Benefits and issues. These are benefits, these are issues. Provides security and privacy by encrypting data using like whenever you are using VPN, your data gets encrypted. ठीक है? So, but when you are using an open Wi-Fi network, ठीक है, like on rail, like Wi-Fi rail, ठीक है, तो on trains, railway stations, the open Wi-Fi is available. Open Wi-Fi systems are very much prone to phishing attacks, or very much prone to they are a great security threat. ठीक है? Whenever you are using an open network, always use VPN, because an open network is not secured network. anyone can access it. Any person with some basic knowledge of software can log into that network and then can access every data packet that you are sending or receiving. Okay, that is why it is very important that whenever you are using an open network, you should use VPN services. Okay, provides security and privacy by hiding the IP address that we just saw. Okay, it helps you from hackers and government surveillance. Provides access to blocked sites in a country. Okay, because what it does is VPN also provides you location spoofing. Location spoofing means now this person is in India, right? But this server is placed in Canada, for example. So a porn website will usually not open in India. Okay? It has been banned by government. But if someone wants to access, they will connect to some server in Canada because Canada mein to open hai. So that server will be provided with, because the porn websites which have been blocked by government of India or other any website that have been blocked by government of India, they will not provide you access. Okay? If your location or your IP address belongs to India. But in this rerouted method, since the server is placed somewhere else outside of the territorial jurisdiction of India, for example in Canada, so they can of course open those websites. Okay? So using this location spoofing, your location has actually been changed from India to Canada or India to Germany or India to UK. Okay? So wherever you wish, you can change it. That means provide access to blocked sites in country. ठीक है? अब इसका एक benefit भी है. Benefit ये है कि for example, if you are an Indian and you go to UK, so if you start browsing there, so your IP address becomes the UK IP address, and most of the content that you will see on your device will be from UK. But if you switch your VPN to back to India, okay, if you switch back your VPN back to India, what will happen? Your information, right? The information that you will see, your IP address will become an Indian IP address by location spoofing, and then the information you will see will be regional content from India, right? So it provides access to regional content as well, right? Now, what are some issues associated with VPNs? VPNs are not antivirus softwares. Okay? They are not antivirus softwares. They only provide you a different network, a different path to access internet. Okay? If someone has ingested some mail to you, someone sent a mail to you and that mail contains Trojan horse or virus, so VPN will not do anything to protect your computer from that. It does not provide firewall protection. It only provides you with an alternative path and it secures your communication. Okay? Like if you are communicating on WhatsApp, so your communication will get encrypted. If you say hello to someone, that will be not usually available to the other person who is not authorized to look into that information. Okay? VPNs are not fully safe unless a verified service provider is there. Okay? There are many VPNs we just log into VPNs, free VPN services are available, we just log into them. That does not mean we are on a safe communication network. Okay? That does not necessarily mean that we are on a safe communication network. That only means that, because if we are not sure that free VPN that we are using is, most of the time it provides us with location spoofing, but it does not necessarily provide us with encrypted communication. If it is free, so how can it provide you with encrypted communication? So it is not always safe. VPNs reroute the internet traffic, as we saw. इंडिया से कनाडा रीराउट हो गया, कनाडा से वो एक्सेस रिक्वेस्ट गई. दैट मीन्स द यूजुअल ट्रैफिक हैज नाउ बीन रीराउटेड टू 2 सर्वर्स, है ना. समटाइम्स मल्टीपल सर्वर्स से रीराउट होता है. तो व्हाट हैपेंस इन दैट केस, द स्पीड ऑफ एक्सेस becomes slow. So it is a problem that it sometimes decreases the speed. Okay. Now what are the new rules for VPN? VPN companies to record personal information, ठीक है, of their users including names, email ID, phone and IP address. That means a KYC process will be undertaken whenever you purchase a VPN service. KYC मतलब know your customer. know your customer service. That means your name, email ID, phone number and IP address will be taken by what? The VPN companies. Usually VPN companies do not take these, okay? They only, whenever you purchase a VPN service, they will ask for your name, your email ID, okay, or maybe your phone number, but they are not obliged to provide this to the government, okay? And IP address as well for a period of 5 years. They will not only have to record this information, they will have to also store the information within India for at least a period of 5 years, okay? Moreover, they will have to also record the usage patterns, purpose of hiring services, and a multitude of other informations. That means the VPN service is of no use. Why will anyone purchase a VPN when all this information is being stored specifically in India and the government may access it whenever they want? Apart from VPN companies, data centers, virtual service network providers, cloud service providers have also been asked to record and maintain such data. ठीक है? तो cloud services, data centers, virtual service networks. Virtual service networks are those networks. अब जैसे हमने देखा, we saw that Canada, we placed a server on Canada, in Canada. ठीक है? But having a physical infrastructure of a server is a economically costly thing. Sometimes what we can do is we simulate a server on some system. ठीक है? Simulate means actual server does not exist, but we create it through a software, right? If we simulate that, so that is called virtual service network providers. So these companies also have been asked to store the same kind of data in India for 5 years. And entities are also required to report cyber security incidents to CERT within 6 hours of becoming aware of any kind of security breach. This is okay, this is good. So whenever any company faces any kind of cyber attack or any individual faces cyber attack, so they will have to report that to CERT-IN within 6 hours. Okay. And these rules are not applicable to companies but only individual users. These rules are not applicable to companies but only individual users. Okay. What the effect is, consumers will have to go through a stringent KYC process. So the purpose of VPN will be eliminated. There will be no purpose of using VPN. With the new rules, the government will basically have access to personal information of the customer, which makes the use of VPN redundant. Many VPN providers are mulling the implications of the new event, and some have also threatened to take back their services from the country. ठीक है? Like example, NordVPN, one of the world's largest, like ExpressVPN, NordVPN. NordVPN is saying that it will be moving all the servers out of the country. Okay. And two other firms, ExpressVPN and Surfshark, said they will shut down their services, physical servers in India, and they will be providing services to users in India from Singapore or UK. So these are the implications there. So having these implications, government has further extended the application of these CERT-IN rules by another 3 months. Okay. So government might be negotiating or might be trying to come up with a middle ground with all these companies, and that is why they have postponed the implementation of these CERT-IN rules by 3 months. I hope you understood that. Any comments, anything that you did not understand, you can ask me that in the comment section. Okay.